Hello students, today we can start the chapter Number Systems. In your previous classes, you have learned about number line and how to represent a point on it. We can review that quickly. Consider a point 3. Suppose we have to identify the location of 3 on the number line. So that first draw the number line, then mark 0 in the middle and the positive numbers 1, 2, 3 extra on the right side of 0 and the negative numbers negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 etc. on the left side of 0. Now you can see 3 is a point which is at a distance of 3 units to the right of 0. So 3 is located here, so you can mark a dot at that point. This is how we locate a point on a number line. Now we can look at the number systems. Number system means the collection of numbers. Consider the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. This collection of numbers is called the natural numbers. So the numbers 1, 2, 3 are called natural numbers and it is represented by the symbol capital letter N. This N stands for natural. If you include 0 to this natural numbers, you will obtain another collection of numbers. That new collection of numbers are called the whole numbers. So whole numbers includes 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. That means natural numbers along with 0. And it is denoted by the symbol capital letter W. This W is the first letter of whole numbers. There are many negative numbers in the number line such as negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, etc. which are not included in the natural numbers or whole numbers. So we have to define another collection. That collection is called the collection of integers. So integers includes all the negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. And it is not denoted by the symbol I, it is denoted by the symbol Z. This Z stands for silent, which means to count. Still some numbers are left on the number line. Consider the number half. It is not a natural number, whole number or integer. So we have to define another collection. That new collection of numbers are called rational numbers and it is denoted by the symbol Q. Rational means ratio and the symbol Q comes from the word quotient as the rational number can be expressed in the fraction form. Now we are going to define a rational number. As the symbol Q indicates, this rational number should be written in a quotient form. That means we can write a rational number in P by Q form where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. Here we have the restriction Q not equal to 0. So in order to be a rational number, 3 conditions should be satisfied. The conditions are: it should be written in P by Q form where P and Q are integers and the last one Q not equal to 0. What happens if Q equal to 0? When Q equal to 0, that P by Q becomes P divided by 0 and we know that any number divided by 0 is undefined. So this will be undefined. That is why we have the restriction Q not equal to 0. Now consider the number negative 25. Is it a rational number? For that we need to check the 3 conditions. Negative 25 can be written as negative 25 divided by 1. We know that any number divided by 1 is that number, so it can be written like this. Here P is negative 25 and Q is 1. We can see P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0, it is 1. Okay, so negative 25 is a rational number. Similarly, we can write any natural number, whole number or integer in the above form, like that number divided by 1. Hence they are all rational numbers. Now we are going to look at an important property of rational numbers. Rational numbers do not have a unique representation. Unique representation means it should be written in only one way. So they do not have unique representation means a rational number can be represented in many ways. Okay, so rational numbers do not have a unique representation in the form p by q. For that, we can consider an example. Take the number 1 by 2. If you multiply the numerator and denominator of a fraction or a rational number, you will obtain an equivalent form. So if you multiply the numerator and denominator by 2, you will obtain 2 by 4. Similarly, multiply the numerator and denominator by 3. So you will obtain 3 by 6. Similarly, you can multiply the numerator and denominator of 1 by 2 by 4, so that you will obtain 4 by 8. So we can say that 1 by 2, 2 by 4, 3 by 6 and 4 by 8 are all equal. These are called equivalent rational number, same as equivalent fraction. So here you can see the rational number do not have a unique representation. Similarly, you can take any other number and you can verify the same. But when we say p by q, we assume that p and q have no common factors other than 1. That is, p and q are co-prime numbers. So among infinitely many fractions, we have to choose 1 by 2 to represent all of them. Now consider rational numbers and fractions. Are they same? No, they are not same. Fractions means part of a whole, and it can be written in the form a by b, where a and b are whole numbers and b not equal to 0. But in case of rational numbers, it can be written in p by q form. P and q are integers and q not equal to 0. The definitions are similar, but in case of fractions, the numerator and denominator are whole numbers, but in case of rational numbers, the numerator and denominator are integers other than 0. Like the denominator cannot be 0. Okay, so rational numbers and fractions are not same. For that, we can take an example. Consider negative half. Here the numerator is -1 and denominator is 2. So it is a rational number, but it is not a fraction because -1 is not a whole number. That means we can say all rational numbers are not fractions. Now consider the following statements. We have to identify whether they are true or false, and you should give the reasons. To show that a statement is true, we have to verify it generally, and in order to show one statement is false, you should give an example. Now consider the first statement. Every whole number is a natural number. Is it true? No, it is false. Why? Because of 0. Whole numbers includes 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. and natural number contains 1, 2, 3, etc. So natural numbers does not contain that 0. So we can say the statement is false because 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. Consider the second statement. Every integer is a rational number. So every integer is a rational number. Integers includes negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. So rational numbers, we can see rational numbers contains all integers and the numbers in the form p by q. So this is a true statement. So we have to write it generally. So you can write it is true. Let m be an integer, then m can be written as m divided by 1. So it becomes a rational number because it is in the p by q form. Here you can see the numerator, that is m, it is an integer, and denominator is 1. It is again integer and not equal to 0. So it is a true statement. Then consider the last statement. Every rational number is an integer. So rational numbers includes integers, but is the reverse thing true? No, it will not be true. So you can see it is a false statement. For that you have to give an example. You can take any number with denominator other than 1. For example, consider the number -1/2. So it will be a rational number, but it is not an integer. So this satisfies the given condition. That's all for today. See you on next video. Thank you.